A lot of people on the land are very capable at what they do, but they don't sort of like to have to teach new chum. And really a lot of the parallels on, if you see a dog sitting in the corner under a bit disgruntled, well, you can probably tell it's got to need a different type of handling to get it to want to work. And that can be the same with staff issues. If you've got people coming onto the land, which it's easy enough to get people on the land, but it's hard to get them to stay there. And there's a lot of parallels between creating the right harmony in a workplace.
What are some of the reasons that it can be difficult to keep people in a working environment on the farm?
Nearly everything we do in life that's any good we practice, but that's one thing that people don't do on the land. Like, you don't go and practice shifting a mob of cattle before the big day. So generally anyone coming on the land, they come on with good intentions, and then the first day comes and a few things deteriorate as they can, and the new chum gets disgruntled with the way of it being on the land, with the lack of explanation, and quite often when things go wrong, the temper levels go up a bit, and consequently they just don't want to stay in that environment. But if we explain things better and had a jargon that they understood, that is, like in the north, a lot of the places can only get foreign backpackers or people from the city, and of course they just don't understand the stuff that is spoken about, that is sort of information in the bush, the old jargon. If they don't understand it, they get disgruntled pretty quickly, and then obviously don't stay, and then they don't invite other people to be part of the rural scene.
It sounds like what you're talking about is a cultural education as much as anything else.
Oh, very much so, yeah. The average age of farmers or people on the land is getting higher and higher. It could be up around 60 years of age, and just you don't see many 18 and 20-year-old people wanting to come onto the land. So, yeah, there is a big gap between the old sort of pirate way of teaching people and a way that it needs to be in the future now, or now in the future.
You mentioned the challenges of keeping young people in particular on the farm. Are there any reasons you think in general that young people are looking to move away from country areas at the moment?
Some people say it's just purely money, they're going to the mines and that sort of thing. But I do notice that some people go away to the mines and have a taste of it and then want to come back because it's more satisfying on the land as far as job satisfaction, but it's money luring them away, and perhaps the younger people are looking at the parents or the people they've worked for, that, quite often things aren't always that buoyant on the land, and I think young people are looking at seeing where their parents are and thinking, oh, there's got to be something easier, but it's very necessary to be keeping them on the land.
Are there things you think we should be doing now to try and encourage the younger generation to stay on the land?
There's got to be some sort of incentives financially to get young people on the land, because it's just such a big chunk of money to have. Like someone off the street, it's pretty hard for them to go and borrow enough money to go and set up on the land. So that's a hurdle. But the things we address is getting a better understanding actually in the workplace, and doing automatic things like when you put a mob of sheep or cattle into a paddock, if people are working in multiples where one person goes around and blocks the lead up, and which is the front of the mob, and hold them up, and working in the yards where if someone's shutting a gate, for example, the other person waits till the gate's shut and latched before they go forward, or that could cause a surge of cattle to come back and squash the person at the gate. It's all those little things that we try to teach to create safety and harmony and understanding, and have it so that when people are in multiples, they're working as a team. Then the dog side of it is so that when people are working as individuals, they've got their team of dogs that they're going to the right spot around a mob of sheep or cattle.
A lot of what you're talking about seems to sound like teamwork building to me. Is that something that you think we need more of on farms to encourage people to stay around?
Oh, very much so, yeah. It's exactly what we're on about. But if you mention team building to rural people, they'll get pretty suspicious. But once they see that you can make the working of livestock into a play of understanding, then all of a sudden the team building automatically happens without actually making an issue of creating it.